How you doing?
Good, good. I appreciate you asking. Watched you from up here in the Raptors run your 40 time, which impressed a lot of people. Did you expect that from yourself? And do you feel like it answers some questions that people might have for you at the NFL level about the kind of threat you can be as a wide receiver?
No, it wasn't a surprise. I know I was going to run in the 4.3s. I really expect like a 4.37, 4.36, but on these type of days, you running off a lot of adrenaline, so that helped me out too, man. So yeah.
Hey, Rich, how are you doing today?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Just want to ask you, who have you kind of leaned on through this process of the pro day, the pre-draft? Have you reached out to JJ or any of the former teammates who've gone through it for advice and tips? And then have you spoken with the Buccaneers at all during the pre-draft process?
Yeah, I've been to the Senior Bowl, so I spoke with the Buccaneers there. They had some good things to say about me. As far as the players I played with, I've spoken with Justin, Patrick Queen, Caleb Von Chesson, Darrell Williams, Leonard, because we all was training at the same place, and in Florida. So they was just giving me advice on certain things. They were just saying, basically saying, keep working. You on your way. So yeah, that's how that goes.
Awesome. Best of luck on the journey.
Thank you.
Hey, Racey, Amos Morale from WWL Radio in New Orleans.
So
Wanted to ask you just in your conversations with NFL teams, how much have they asked you about special teams? Because while you were at LSU, you made some real big impact plays in that area, and I know it's a big part of the program. Just how much has that been a thing that teams have been asking you about, something they've been trying to get more info out of you?
yeah, it's been major. They've been breaking my film down to the T. Coaching me up, wanting me to come in and be a dominant special teams guy. So they've been big on that from the jump, and the receiver stuff just go follow through. But coming in the gate at in the NFL, it was special teams. We about to dominate at the position.
Racy, here is Matheus Ornelas from Time Out here in Brazil. Congratulations for your pro day and for going for the NFL draft. You already talked about the Senior Bowl and talked with a lot of teams. What they talk more for you, like a quality, and what do you have to improve for the next level?
Yeah, they wanted to see me get in and out of my routes. That was a big thing for those scouts at the Senior Bowl, and I spoke with them after my routes, and they was saying they could tell I've been working on getting in and out of my routes and catching the ball. So I got good feedback from those scouts. Yes, sir.
Racey, I'm just curious. Amos asked about special teams. Do you think you're a guy at the next level? Are you willing to play those different positions, whether it be a return man, a gunner, and that kind of thing? If obviously receiver is the goal, but there's so many different special teams roles that you can play
Yeah,
at the next level as well.
yeah. I know that's what's have got me here to where I am was mainly special teams. So I'm not gonna quit on special teams. That's my bread and butter. I'm gonna perfect what I need to perfect at that and be the best player I can be for the team.
Racy, Alex Fleming, Florida Sun. How was your pro day today?
It was great.
Little bit of a setback question. There's always a character in the wide receiver room, bro. Amongst all the wide receivers and special personnel, who was the clown? Who was the joke?
Um, damn, they probably say me. I'd probably get Racy was the Joker, but that's just me showing my personality, just loving the guys I'm around. So that's the energy I'm giving off in that room.
Hey, Racy, Jacob Infante from Windy City Gridiron. Appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today. You mentioned that you've been working on your explosiveness coming out of your breaks. And as a bigger guy, I mean, you are an explosive player, but does your height, you feel, have a natural disadvantage in terms of your ability to sink and explode coming out of your cuts? And what have you done specifically to kind of mitigate any potential disadvantages that you
Yeah.
might come with?
No, I don't think that it's a disadvantage. I just think we have to work a little bit harder though. I don't think we had a disadvantage because guys I'm out of my game off of, like Julio Jones. He gets in and out his routes just as good as a smaller receiver. And what's the other question? You had a second part to that question.
Oh no, I was just talking about your explosiveness. It was a one-part question.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Racey. Brooks Cabina again from The Advocate. I believe you only had one run today, and that's probably all you needed. Could you take me a little bit through your recovery at the end of the season and getting back prepared for today, and how you trained for this after injury at the end of the year?
Yeah, to be honest, it lingered a little bit throughout the beginning of my training, but LSU done a great job getting my agent, working with Jack Marucci, just getting me back on, getting the things I needed to get my hamstring back to 100%, and from there, building my strength and getting back flexible. It was, sky's the limit once that came all together.
Hey, Racey, how you doing today?
How you doing?
Good, good. You mentioned that you were working, the scouts wanted you to work on sinking your hips and getting in and out of your routes. What were two things specifically that you did to help with that skill?
Yeah, it was a lot of stretching and really running routes, just perfecting it, consistency, and just hip mobility, not flexibility, but hip mobility, just a lot of hip exercises, getting strength in those weak areas I had.
Hi, Racey. Megan Price with Sideline Sports. Is there a particular type of offense that you would like to work with, or a specific QB that excites you?
I like Joe Burrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love Joe Burrow. So
me.
I mean, as far as the offensive scheme, just wherever I get drafted, just hopefully, I fit perfect into these schemes, so things work out well.
Well, that makes sense. Congrats on the numbers you put up today.
Thank you.
Unless we have any more questions, we'll finish with Michael Cobble here.
Hey, Racey, it's Michael Cobble here in Baton Rouge. I love Joe Burrow as well. Speaking of Joe, since he's come along, the quarterback room's really been elevated. Justin's in the league, about three of y'all getting ready to be in the league as well. How much is the wide receiver room elevated right along with them? And what do you see for the future? And how is that room going to change their attitude towards attacking the ball?
Yeah, I know for a fact that the standard is set high at the receiver, in the receiver room. And, Jets, nobody really seen him having the year he had as a rookie. So that's just motivating us coming, because he coming from where we come from, and we knew his potential, and we know our potential. So we looking at it like the sky's the limit. We could come in and do what Jets doing, So, but as far as the guys coming in, the LSU receivers now, I see a lot of talent in that room. I know they pushing each other, they on each other, holding each other accountable, and they doing the things extra off the field, right? So sky's the limit for them too.
Racey, thanks, man.
All right.
You're done.
Thanks for having me.